Hello everybody, I'm Susanne from Susie's Journal Adventure and welcome to my creative adventures in and with my journals. At first I have to mention, look at these fingers. These are the hands of an art journaler. Obviously I played around with blue paint. I've just dyed some fabric, so yeah, you have to deal with these hands at the moment during this video. Thank you all very much for your lovely comments underneath my first video. You really made me happy with your comments on YouTube and also in my DMs on Instagram. Yeah, it really matters a lot to me if I can inspire you and if you have fun watching my videos, because yeah, that's what my channel is about: having fun, creating, inspiring and playing around with all your art tools and with paint, with papers. So if you like this, you're totally here where you're supposed to be. Of course, you can subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications so that you won't miss all the upcoming videos. So for today, we're going to fill this cutie. And if you've missed the first video where I created this chunky cover, watch the video. I put the link down in the description box. So what's going on today? We are going to select the papers and we are going to sew in the signature. As you can see, I didn't consider having a huge spine where there would be enough room for 3, 4 or 5 signatures, so I can sew in 1 or 2 signatures and then we would be fine for this journal. I don't know yet. I will decide later when I've selected all the papers. So let me at first tell you something about my plan for selecting the papers for a journal. This is a really quick one because I never have a plan. So yeah, to be honest, I never have a plan when I select the papers. So our topic for today is don't stick to a plan. I think this is a really important thing for me. You know, life is always very busy. We all have our plans. We have to perform. We have appointments. We struggle with perfectionism. We have things to do. We have a lot of to-do lists. We have our calendar where there are a lot of things in. And, you know, I think the power of art journaling or making art in general is exactly to let go of all these things, to let go of perfectionism, to let go of plans, of to-dos. And if I would know I have a plan for my, if I would have a strategy for selecting my papers, to me it would feel like this would be another plan that I have to stick to. And this is not art journaling for me. Art journaling for me is having no plan, letting go of perfectionism, just going with the flow, feeling the feelings that are right here in the moment, and looking through my papers, looking through the colors, through my paint, and just listen to what speaks to me right now in this moment. So maybe in the future I will create a journal with a plan, for example with a certain color theme, but usually I don't do that. So we won't do it today as well. And now I would say, let's start. This is how I store my papers. I have these transparent boxes and I have a few of them, and I can organize the papers a little bit. So I have one box for my, for example, coffee dyed papers. I have one box for neutral papers, white, transparent papers. And for example, this box contains mostly jelly prints that I made, and yeah, some really colorful papers. The papers that I store here are larger ones, usually DIN A4 size for my, or here DIN A5, and for my little paper scraps, like these, I have, I must admit, 2 baskets where I just put them aside while I create. So these are the papers that I can use usually for journal pages. And I will now go through this stash. I will go through some other boxes for some neutral papers, and I will just look what speaks to me. For example, this one, and I will select without overthinking, without thinking about if the colors could match. I'm just grabbing what I like right now. So this is my box for the neutral papers, for example, and I also store some book pages in there. Usually I select a pile of papers in the first step, and I've decided to sew in just one signature, and I want to have 8 papers for this signature, so that I have 32 pages in the end. This is the first step. I now have a huge pile of papers, and obviously these are more than 8. So in the next step, I go through this pile again and just select the 8 papers that I want to have finally in my journal. And I still have no plan. I just listen to my stomach, what papers speak to me. Okay, so I put these aside and I just grabbed some transparent paper, vellum, and this is I don't know what this is, sort of a rice paper, I think. So, as you can see, I have selected papers with different sizes. The cover of my journal is approximately DIN A5 size, so that I can easily fold a DIN A4 paper into half, and this fits perfectly the size of the journal. Some of the papers are not DIN A4 size, so we can take this as a template. This is DIN A4, and as you can see, this is smaller, but I like when the pages are have different sizes. It adds more texture to my journal. And yeah, so we go through the stash again and look how many DIN A4 sized papers we have. 3, 4, 5. No, I want the vellum to be a little bit smaller, so I take this one. Okay, so we have 5 full-sized papers. We need 3 more. And as I have these smaller ones, I will now arrange them. I will, kind of like collage them together. I take a template again. So again, my DIN A4 size. And I can arrange the papers on the template. And this fits perfectly, for example. So I just grab my packaging tape and tape these 2 pages together. Oops. So, okay, this is another DIN A4 size right now. Then we have some more pages that are smaller, and I can now, I put this aside so you can see it better. You see, I can collage them. As I've already said, I don't want all the pages to be A4 sized. So I can play around a little bit, and I can just, for example, tape these together. I want the straight edge on the inside. I'm going to tear the excess off. Yes. Okay. We have this one. Yes. I think I'll leave this page this way. I'll tape these two together. Okay, now smaller one. Well, I think we have already more than 8, don't we? So let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have finally 8 pages, approximately DIN A4. I think I'll add additionally this envelope and this just for the fun, for the crinkling. I'll add this paper as well. And I want to add some more interest to my pages before we sew in the signature. So I put these pages randomly to my sewing machine and do some random machine stitching here and there. So these are the papers, and as you can see, I put some random stitching. I love stitching on vellum, by the way. This turns out so much fun always. And here, this one, this is a pull from a jelly print, and I just traced around the leaves with the sewing machine. Here I did a wavy kind of thing. That's always such a messy stitching, but I like it. And yeah, so let's move to the next step. We are going to fold the pages in half. The smaller pages can be folded also. It's also a possibility to not fold them in half, but yeah, okay, this one's big, but we can also add a side-loading pocket if we fold the excess to the inside again. So when we take this as a template, we have, yeah, this would be a page, and we can later on glue these down, or we can leave them as they are and use them as a side-loading tuck spot. If you don't fold papers like these in half, you can also add, you also have this packaging tape as an additional focal point, or as an additional texture on the one page. You wouldn't have it if you would exactly fold it where the packaging tape is. So I like using this as another possibility for interest on the page. We can later on open the envelope by cutting the sides, and then you can have a tuck spot, an additional tuck spot. Now we can put the signature together, and usually I go through the papers and look and decide which page I want to have as the first page when you open the journal, because when you open it, you look straight to the first page, and I want this usually to have a special interest. I mean, we can embellish the papers in the end, and I will embellish the papers in the end when I do my art in there, but I think it's easier to start working in the journal when the first page already pops out. So, oh, we need this one. Maybe this is an interesting. I like this one. Or what if we fold it this way? I like this one too. Yeah. What's inside this page? No. Okay. These two. Oh, I think I go with this one. I like the contrast, black and white, and just a little bit of this neon thread. And I like the contrast. I mean, these are all bright colors, and we have the white button with the black scribbling, and I like that the button goes together perfectly with this first page, and I like the contrast, in fact. So this is going to be my first page, and then I just arrange them, and I usually I don't have a plan here too. I'm just looking what speaks to me. Okay, then I look if this is all fine. you can take a ruler and just go in there so you see better what it will look like if it is sewn in really, really, you know, how do you say, straight? No, I don't know. So I don't mind if the pages are peeking out. I would say I love it. I want them to peek out. And maybe I will even add more on the edges of the page, like some paper scraps or some fabric tabs. So I like this way. You can, of course, also trim the edges right now in this step before you sew in your papers. But I like it this way. So let's sew them in. I will sew them in with an easy 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm taking my awl, and for this journal, as I've done with most of my journals that I've done so far, I'm just eyeballing it. I'm looking for the middle, and I'm looking for 2 more holes. Yeah, that's totally fine. Then I grab my papers, and I want, as you can see here, this envelope is, if I would sew the envelope right in the middle of the signature, this would be secured only with 1 stitch, so it would be very loose in this journal. So I'm trying to arrange it a little bit on the bottom or on the top of the journal. I think I will do it on the bottom so that I can secure it with these 2 stitches here. So again, I'm just eyeballing it. Yeah, this should be fine. Then I take these, I don't know how to call them, no, safety pins are the, no, these are not safety pins. I don't know how we call them. You can just leave me a comment if you like. In German they are Büroklammern, big, huge Büroklammern, office, I don't know. Clips, paper clips. Oh, these are paper clips. I found the word. Okay, paper clips. We add 2 more. Okay. I'm going in there with my ruler again. Perfect. I'm taking, no, okay. Then I'll take off the huge paper clips again and secure them with the cover. So the signature is fixed, yes, I think fixed with the cover. Now I can turn this around and just go through the holes again with my awl. And you have to be careful because this is really, really hurting your fingers. So, and again, oh, you see, it's better to punch the holes again from the inside. So we won't move the signature. I have these beautiful, these are this twine in different colors. I should have chosen them before I start sewing and punching the holes, but I'm turning it around and no, oops. So, what do I like? Oh, I like this yellow, or so pretty, this royal, this is a royal blue, this is, oh, I like this one. I like this one, or this one. Yes, I think I like this one because it's the same color, nearly the same color as here on the jelly printed envelope. Or do I want this to stand out more? No, I go with the, I think this is a mustard yellow. So I'm eyeballing the length of the twine that I need, and for this 3-hole pamphlet stitch I take the yarn, the twine twice. Once, twice, and leave a little bit more. So here comes the interesting part for you. Will she manage to thread the needle? This is always, oh, I hate this. Oh, okay, perfect. So you can start sewing from the inside, you can start from the outside. I start from the inside. I go through the middle, from the inside to the outside. I leave a little bit of twine here so that I can tie at least 2 or 3 knots in the end. Then you can go either to the bottom or to the top. Doesn't matter for this stitch. Then you go right over to the other side and you leave the middle hole as it is. And then you go, oh, I didn't, as you can see, I didn't find the right hole, but yeah, I don't matter. I don't care. I don't matter. Yes, I do matter. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I wanted to say. Okay, I go to the inside again. And now it is important that you that you don't come out with your needle on the same side where the beginning of the twine is. You know, this is wrong, this won't work. You want it to have it like this. Okay, then you can turn the needle off, put it aside, and then you want to make sure that this is really, really secured, and that nothing moves. You see, this is really flimsy. Why is it this? Okay, I have to pull it like this. Okay, and then you can tie at least 2 or 3 knots. Okay, cut the rest off. Put the paper clips aside. And enjoy your journal. Let's check. Yeah, see, this is a little bit bulky because of this packaging tape, but I don't care. Oh, I like the squishiness from the cover. Yeah. Oh, I like it. I really, really like it. Oh, I like it. Oh, this is lovely. I like the contrast. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I would be happy if you would feel inspired. Maybe you want to grab some papers, an envelope, maybe you want to create a journal like this as well. Always remember, you don't have to stick to a plan. Just let your creative juices flow. Just go with what speaks to you right in the moment and have some fun. Bye!